Jackson Radio Show.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I was talking about the right to disconnect. This guy in New York, a councilman who says, businesses cannot compel employees to read emails or to answer voicemails or whatever after the fact. And I completely agree that businesses have to have their cutoff times, but that's not for the government to determine. Here's what it boils down to. Big Brother is going to protect you from that job you work so hard to get. I want you to think about the day you interview for a job and you need it. You need the money. You want the self-esteem that comes from it. You've trained in your career to do whatever that job is. You understand the pros and cons of a job like whatever you have, and you get it. And you're all excited. You're calling friends. You're like, hey, yeah, Susan, I got the job. Yeah, really? You got it? Oh, my gosh. And everybody's celebrating. And then the moment you get there, you know what the government does? The government goes, psst, so what, you got a job? We gave you that job. Now, here's what you need to do while at the job. Forget what the work is. Understand that we're going to tell your boss and your company what to do, and we're going to rely on you to do this for us. So your first job is to complain. Find a reason to complain. Oh, I have to come in too early. I have to stay later. They don't do this on our breaks. They don't provide free lunches and babysitting and dry cleaning and pickup service and everything else. They won't fly my children on vacation for free. I don't get 6 months of family leave in the event somebody gets a hangnail at my house, and a host of other things. I need a dog walker and a dog sitter when I go on vacation. Oh, what? I don't have a paid vacation for 4 months out of the year? If you let me go, I want 75% of my salary. No, make it 100% of my salary. Union? Heck yeah, I'll join the union. Then I can do even less. That's what the federal government does. It just pounds the producer, the guy who gives you the opportunity. You are dying to get this job, man. You want it so bad with all your heart and all your mind and all your soul because you have skills that you want to use. And the minute you get that job, the government goes, to heck with your skills. You are now a complainer, a professional complainer. And that's why I hope that you're black. I hope you're a woman, or, let's all say it together, a Guatemalan midget. I want you to be something to have a reason to complain. This isn't about making America great again, making your company good. This is about the ability for us to put pressure on that company to the point where that company decides it needs to leave the country. So there's even more complaining. We will advocate for you when they've left. We will fight for you, even though you drove them out with your ability not to do the job correctly, and the fact that they had to hire 5 people to try to do one person's job, or actually a half a person if it was in Asia or somewhere in the Far East. Then they wonder why they're losing money and losing revenue, losing stockholders, losing their base, losing the product domination, and so on and so forth. But that's what we're up against. But hey, Big Brother's going to protect you from all of that you create. Somehow we're going to do it. We will figure out a way to rob rich people. We will demonize them into oblivion until they finally capitulate and understand they're going to lose even when they think they're winning. And Donald Trump says, I want to break up all that. And they go, oh, he's in cahoots with the Russians. It's really funny how President Donald Trump is in cahoots with the Russians. He's expelled 60 Russian intelligence operatives from the U.S., 48 from their embassy, 12 from the UN. He's demanded that their consulate in Seattle be shut. 14 EU countries and Ukraine have also announced expulsion of the Russians. And I believe the UK got rid of 23 Russians last week. Now, let's just concentrate on America. The guy who's in cahoots, Putin's puppet, blah, 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 has just taken a massive step towards Russia and saying, you're not going to be doing these things. You can't go around poisoning people, poisoning their families, and doing all these shenanigans with impunity. So we're going to penalize you. We're going to input and do more sanctions, and we're going to keep you out of the U.S. markets. We're going to make you so dependent upon oil and gas and vodka and caviar. That's all you're going to be exporting. We're going to do it differently. But he's in bed with Russian. He's a puppet of Russian, a tool of the man, a guy who shows every single day that his foreign policy of screw you and the horse you rode in on, America's number one. We will try our best to be number one, but we challenge you to go for it. That's his foreign policy. That's the foreign policy you have. I don't know if you've paid attention, but when you have a kid and your kid is in an event, your foreign policy is, my kid is who I'm going to cheer for. I hope my kid wins. And congratulations for your child getting second. Oh, but if your child happens to win, I'm happy for you. But don't misunderstand me. I'm still wanting my kid to win, to beat yours. You can be second all day. I'll congratulate you. The minute you get first, I'm going to be on my kid going, don't worry about it, champ. We're going to get out there and do it again. My kid's going to be gunning for you. Just the way it is. Your foreign policy is identical to Donald Trump's common sense foreign policy that says America comes first, but Russia, go for it. Try to beat us. I never looked at the other competitors in a race or something, or, playing football and said, oh, those little suckers out there trying to beat my kid. Man, I can't stand them kids. They suck. No, I know what they're there for. They're not there to cheer my kid. Go, little Jackson. You can do it. They're trying to dethrone that little black dude. They want him out of there. And I don't look at those parents and go, oh, look at you. You brought your kids. This isn't about your kids. This is about us cheering on mine. And how dare you bring your children to my son's event? Kevin, they're in the same grade. Put them in another sport. Said no parent ever. They're cheering for their kids. I'm cheering for my kids. And I'm not mad at them and they're not mad at me. Why can't that work in the real world where we cheer for America and Russia cheers for Russia? But if we happen to win, I ain't mad at them. Russians probably, let me put it this way, they probably export more caviar than we do. I'm not mad at them. They may make more different vodkas than we do. I don't know. But if they do, I'm not mad. Go do your thing, guys. That's our foreign policy. The census. Just touch on that real quick because we're running out of time. So I was on TV arguing about the census. We know what the ploy is, California to get more votes. They're losing votes. But what's funny to me is how easily you see this coming, right? You know what's going on here. California it wants to legalize illegal voters, count them in the census so they can stop losing congressmen. That's it. California's electoral number is the biggest. It's the largest state, most populous state. If it continues the way that it's going, it won't be. Good, solid people who love California, liberals, are finally going, you know what? This is untenable. We're getting taxed into oblivion. Jobs are leaving. Opportunity is leaving. I'm going to tell you something. There's a housing bubble that's going to hit California. I don't know when it's going to happen, but don't be caught with your pants down because it's going to hit and it's not going to be fun when that hits. That housing bubble, you can't sustain that when you have no positive producing people coming in. When you're letting your country your state being invaded by illegals who bring nothing to the party and who are relying on the goodness of people who just want to hang in there, man. They think it's going to turn around. There are leftists. Look, what was this? Los Alamitos has said, we're not going into this sanctuary city. It was I think it's in Orange County. I go, we're fighting against our own state. Here's what I think should happen. Donald Trump should send the National Guard in, arrest Jerry Brown and all the legislators in California and say, look, we're not tolerating you thwarting American law. It will no longer be tolerated. If we're going to have a constitutional crisis, let's do it the right way. Jerry Brown and that ilk are not doing a service to America, to their constituents, and they're certainly not helping the rest of America as they fight common sense legislation. Things that are already on the books. And why do we let them get away with it? Let me tell you, if the shoe were on the other foot and the left didn't like what the governor of California was doing, if he were cracking down on illegal immigration or whatever, or if he took this stance and they were opposite, they would be calling for his head, and rightfully so. I'm calling metaphorically for the head of Governor Jerry Brown, Moonbeam, because he knows what's right. And he's doing it that doesn't even matter. Right versus wrong, I want you to understand, does not compute for leftists. They have one thing that they think about, and that is they want to win. It really is just about winning, keeping us off foot, or off kilter, I should say. So citizenship should absolutely is the only thing that we care about in the census. I don't care how many. I mean, if you want to have illegals there and you're not going to do anything about it, I can't say anything about that. But if you think they're going to count in the census, you must be out of your mind. In California, we must probably need to recount everything these clowns do and make sure there's somebody there that represents conservatives when they count the census.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.